New this morning, a man is dead after a shooting near the Cloverleaf and Hazelwood neighborhoods. According to LMPD, it happened around 12:45 this morning. Officers responded to a reported shooting in the 2800 block of DeMelle Avenue, but didn't find a victim at that scene. A little later, a man with a gunshot wound arrived to the hospital by a car where he died. There are no suspects at this time. Anyone with information is asked to call the anonymous tip line. That number, 574-LMPD. You can also use the online portal. Well, staffing shortages at the Washington County, Indiana Sheriff's Department are leading to major changes. The department will no longer have overnight patrols, which means no more 24-hour coverage. WHAS11's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester talked to residents in Salem, Indiana, who are unhappy with the upcoming changes.
In Washington County, Indiana,
very disheartening.
Concerns loom.
That's when crime and stuff's more active.
As the Sheriff's Department makes an unprecedented move, deciding to cut all staffing on its third shift.
Because that's probably when we need them the most, is when it's nighttime. Nobody's out and about. Businesses need to be covered. People need to be covered.
In a Facebook post, the department says starting March 22nd, no staff will be on patrol between the hours of 11 at night and 7 in the morning.
But it's scary to think that our town may not be watched over in the overnight times when, I would effectively think we need it.
Sheriff Brent Miller writes, quote, "This is not a decision that has been made lightly. We are trying to maintain appropriate police coverage, but simply can't keep working the way we are." He says officers are working 7 to 8 days in a row on 16-hour shifts at a time on occasion.
I would never have thought that the issue of people or businesses trying to find employees would ever spread into this realm, into the police world.
But for these county residents, even more baffling than the change itself.
Oh, to me, I don't understand.
Is the decision by the department to publicize it on social media.
It should not have been posted on Facebook. Maybe a press conference or something in the town for the townspeople.
Yeah, it just magnetizes people to our little town and, hey, you can come and do whatever because we're not going to have a police presence.
Now, the department is calling on the Washington County Council to step up and send funding their way, saying it's an issue they cannot continue to ignore. Sheriff Miller says the department is down 6 deputies, adding it's become increasingly difficult to attract and retain qualified candidates due to the county's current low pay scale.
We're looking at our town and our construction here. I'd much rather have police coverage than, pedestrian crossings.
I mean, they're a little bit more needed than a crosswalk, so.
In Washington County, Indiana, Connor Steffen, WHAS11 on your side.
The department says it's asking the Indiana State Police for help covering the third shift shortage that will start on Friday. The Archdiocese of Louisville is being sued by 11 former St. Stephen Martyr Catholic school students. The new suit filed earlier this month alleges that for years, the school ignored misconduct by former teacher Jordan Fouts. He was arrested in February, charged with distribution and possession of child pornography. Investigators say while he was employed at the school, he manipulated student photos into explicit images and shared those images with undercover officers. According to the lawsuit, Fouts was known to have violent outbursts towards students, including throwing chairs and objects at them. It also alleges Fouts had an inappropriate relationship with an 8th grade student, but the school placed restrictions on the student instead of looking into Fouts. The students are accusing the school of negligence and failing in its duty to report. In Frankfort, Kentucky Republican supermajority is taking steps to criminalize disruptive protests that are inside the state capitol. The move is raising concerns among advocates that their rights to challenge authority will be impacted. The new legislation would make disorderly or disruptive conduct intended to disrupt lawmakers doing business a misdemeanor. Repeat offenders, though, would be charged with a felony.
Protesting is as American as apple pie. It's part of the foundation of who we are, and I'm fully supportive of that. But when you prevent a legislative body from doing its work, then you cross the line.
Is organizing a protest outside the legislative chambers worth the same punishment as child pornography or rape in the second degree? Because that's what this bill does. Not only is there First Amendment concerns, but also it doesn't make logical sense.
The House passed the bill, and it's now pending in the Senate. And there are now 3 finalists vying to become Kentucky's next Commissioner of Education. Former Commissioner Dr. Jason Glass left his position in September for a job at Western Michigan University. One of the men looking to replace him is Buddy Berry, the superintendent of Eminence Independent Schools. Robbie Fletcher, the superintendent of Lawrence County Schools, is also in the running. And Jim Flynn, the executive director of the Kentucky Association of School Superintendents, is the third candidate. The Kentucky Board of Education says it hopes to have a new commissioner selected and submitted to the Kentucky Senate for confirmation by the end of the month.